You are listening to 88.7 FM, KSPC Claremont. It is now time for the Video Game Music Show. That's right, this is the Video Game Music Show here on KSPC. For the next 2 hours, I'll be playing your favorite video game music, all the way from the early days of the Nintendo Entertainment System, all up to the modern systems such as the Nintendo Switch 2, the PlayStation 5, and the Xbox Series. Anything from the handheld systems, including the original Nintendo Game Boy, all the way up to the Nintendo 3DS and the PlayStation Vita. Anything from the arcades, anything that's related to video game music, including chiptunes, DJ remixes, and video game cover bands. This is a live show, so if you got a request, the number is 909-626-KSPC. If you want to email me, my email address is thevideogamemusicshow@gmail.com. It's all one word. Look me up on Instagram. I am at DJ SysOp. Look me up on Facebook. Just do a search for The Video Game Music Show. There's links to all this that I just mentioned, including the Video Game Music Show's Discord channel. If you just go to kspc.org, click on Last Played, or just click on the show name, which is The Video Game Music Show. All the links will be there, including the Discord channel. Please join and send me your requests and chat with other chatters. It's always a good time. And of course, I invite everyone to join the KSPC Spinningtron chat room. Just go to kspc.org and then click on Last Played in the upper right-hand corner of the website. On the website, and then click Join Chat in the chat box. And I will have that up in just a few minutes after I get off the mic. Happy Father's Day out there to all you gamer dads, like myself. So. Yeah, today's Father's Day, and I'm having a good one for sure, and I hope you are too. So say thanks to Dad. Sometimes dads can be a little bit clueless, but their hearts are in the right place. Anyways, let's get to the music. Let's get started here from Sonic CD. This is the original opening Japanese version, and here we go.
return after these messages.
The fun is back. Oh, yes, sirree. It's the 2600 from Atari. It's the video system with classics galore. From Space Invaders to cars that roar. A real hip joystick controls the screen. Solaris is hot and Midnight Magic's mean. And one more thing, it's got a special low price. Under $50. $50? Now, isn't that nice? The fun is back. Oh, yes, sirree. It's the 2600 from Atari.
The Integrated Development Initiative is a Pomona-based environmental justice organization that works with businesses and institutions, including the Claremont colleges, to redistribute leftovers and minimize food waste. Through their community composting and gardening program, they transport compost to local farmers within the Inland Empire, instead of trucking it to large-scale compost lots in the desert.
These compost lots are often sited near residential areas, presenting a health hazard, and serve as a major source of harmful methane emissions. The Integrative Development Initiative also operates the Food Cycle Collective, a volunteer-supported resource distribution program for people living on the streets. Distribution trips take place on Sunday afternoons every week. To learn more about their programs or to get involved, visit www.gettoknowidi.org.
Millions of them, Solar Fox. Like, what are we gonna do?
Don't worry. Solar Fox, the new video game where speed and strategy are all you have to fly through 26 changing solar fields. And if you're really fast,
Awesome.
you'll skip ahead to even tougher fields.
Really cool.
Solar Fox from CBS Electronics,
But can I drive now?
where the excitement never ends.
Hi, my name's Alani. You're listening to KSPC, Claremont.
All right, we're back. Let me tell you what we were listening to. We heard from the Screamer soundtrack, number 1. And this was by request from Gachaponsky off the Video Game Music Show's Discord channel. Before that, we heard from The Wind is Calling by request from Pulsar Engine, also off the Discord channel. Before that, we heard from Corral Cascades, Sea of Stars, and that was also by request from Pulsar Engine. Before that, we heard from Chrono Trigger, and this one was by request from Alan, also off the Discord channel. And then starting off the set, we heard the original Sonic CD opening, the Japanese version. And that was also by request from Alan. So there you go. All right. You're listening to the Video Game Music Show here on KSPC at 88.7 FM. You can listen to the live webcast streaming at kspc.org. I am DJ SysOp. That means I am the system operator. And if you want to join the KSPC Spinningtron chat room, it's live, it's happening, it's open right now with a lot of chatters in there. So if you go to kspc.org, click on Last Played in the upper right-hand corner of the website. Join chat, the chat box. Dr. Nurse 89 says, SysOp, be my daddy for today. Oh boy. I don't even know how to respond to that one. So if you want to join the antics in the chat room, it's definitely good times. Shout outs to people in the chat room right now. As mentioned, Dr. Nurse 89. I see Beppo, Kentucky Fried Monkey Eggs, Indu 72. Let's see, who else? Pikachu, D-Man, OG07, and Dr. Nurse, Green Knight, David Walker, Zoot, and a few others, I think. Yeah, so again, go to kspc.org, click on Last Played in the upper right-hand corner of the website, and then click Join Chat in the chat box. Yeah. All right. See if I'm if I become your daddy, I might make all the other people so jelly. And Dinosaur just came into the chat room as well. So good times. All right. We're going to do our first retro block. And this is going to be a classic off the NES. It's going to be Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. And great soundtrack. Mediocre game. So here we go. Zelda 2 off the NES.
return after these messages.
Odyssey, video game fun, computer keyboard challenge. The entrance to an alternate world of fire-breathing dragons, hard-hitting sluggers, arcade wizards, outer space wizards. More than 40 games in all. Odyssey, all for the price of an ordinary video game. Odyssey.
Available at all Polk Brothers stores.
Wherever you are in the world, KSPC is at your fingertips. All you need is a Wi-Fi connection and a dream. Stream KSPC on kspc.org. It's that easy.
Here's an easy question for you. Which of these games is the closest thing to the real thing? A, Intellivision Major League Baseball. B, Atari Baseball. Here they are again, close up. A, Intellivision. B, Atari. If you thought A, Intellivision, you're absolutely correct. You see, I told you this question was easy.
Hi, my name is Evie. When I want to listen to good music, I turn on KSPC Claremont.
All right, we're back. All right, let me tell you what we were listening to. We heard from Tree of Savior. And this was by request from One Punk Army off the Video Game Music Show's Discord channel. Before that, we heard from Toe Jam and Earl in Panic on Funkotron. And the name of the track is Aqua Jam, also by request from One Punk Army. Before that, we heard from Tokyo Extreme Racer 2. And the name of the track is called Speed Sniper. And that was by request from Blood Panda 86. And then starting at the set, we heard our retro block of Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link off the NES. All right. All right, you are listening to the Video Game Music Show here on KSPC at 88.7 FM. You can listen to the live webcast streaming at kspc.org. Let me tell you this. The Inland Valley Humane Society and the SPCA Foster Care Program provides a short-term care for kittens and puppies that are too young to be placed in adopted homes and are looking for fosters to help them out. The foster program also provides care for adult animals, such as dogs, cats, rabbits, and other animals. For more information, just call 909-621-8157, or the number is also 909-623-9777. That's better. Yeah, do that one. Call that number. Again, that's for the IVHS foster program, so help a animal. Yes. All right, you are listening to the Video Game Music Show here on KSPC. We're going to do our next retro block, and this one's by request from my good friend Benjamin in Mission Viejo, who wants to add that listening to KSPC on TuneIn Radio app is the best way to do it. So I guess if you're listening all the way from Mission Viejo, so yeah, TuneIn is probably a little bit better than maybe FM. So I'm not sure if FM radio reaches Mission Viejo. Probably not. Anyways, we're going to listen to a retro block of Wizards and Warriors, a classic off the NES. So several tracks from this game, and it's definitely going to be a good time. So here we go.
This is the only diva, Los Angeles, and you're listening to KSPC Claremont.
return after these messages.
We found it. The tomb of Tutankhamun. Tut's promise. Tut's go. Tut's video game. I'm going after Tut's treasures. Look out! The guardians of the tomb. Got him. Vicious beggars. You've reached level 4. Oh, you got it. It's a game even a mummy can love. Tutankhamun from Parker Brothers.
Child's Play tries to alleviate the boredom of children in hospitals by providing them with video games and other toys. They work with over 140 hospitals and use financial donations to buy new video game consoles and toys. They also provide wish lists from the kids at specific hospitals, allowing donors to send specific toys directly. To get involved, donate, or learn more, visit www.childsplaycharity.org.
Not every great movie or great arcade game makes a great home video game. That's why when Mattel Electronics turned Tron into Tron Home Video Games, we made sure the excitement of Tron gameplay found its way into your home. You'll know it the moment you square off against a recognizer, if you last that long. 4 great Tron games, 2 for Intellivision, 2 for Atari 2600. From Mattel Electronics, games as good as we say they are, maybe better.
KSPC Claremont.
All right, we're back. All right, let me tell you what we were listening to. We heard Donkey Kong Country 2. I guess it's a remix or an arranged version of Flight of the Zinger. And that's by request from Vizo off the Video Game Music Show's Discord channel. Before that, we heard from Super Mario RPG. And that was Beware the Forest Mushrooms acoustic cover. And that was by request from Marty off the Video Game Music Show's Discord channel. Before that, we heard from a piano cover of Chocobo Theme from Final Fantasy II. And that was by request from Kentucky Fried Monkey Eggs off the Discord channel. Let's see. Before that, we heard from Warp Wedwoods, wood disc version from the Sleepwalk. And that's also by request from Fried Monkey Eggs. Before that, we heard from Tekken 3. And that was by request from David Paul Walker. Before that, we heard from Marvel vs. Capcom, and that was Spider-Man's theme. Also by request from David Paul Walker off the Discord channel. And then, starting out the set, we heard our ritual block of Wizards and Warriors. And that was by request from Benjamin from Mission Viejo. All right. You are listening to the Video Game Music Show here on KSPC at 88.7 FM. You can listen to the live webcast streaming at kspc.org. And right now we're going to do our third and final retro block of the night. And this is going to be another NES game. And this is going to be Snow Brothers, which is an arcade game first and now is a home video game for the NES, Snow Brothers. And I think this is supposed to be a sequel to Bubble Bobble. So, anyways, we'll listen to several tracks from Snow Brothers off the NES. So here we go. All right. All right. I hope you enjoyed the retro block of Snow Brothers off the NES. You know, I gotta read you a card, but I've seemed to have misplaced it. Oh well. I don't see it. I had it out, but oh, here it is. All right, I found it. All right, I gotta tell you. The band book reading group meet every third Sunday from 2 to 3:30 p.m. and will be reading materials that have been historically challenged or are at the American Library Association's current challenge list. The West Los Angeles Regional Branch Library is located at 11360 Santa Monica Boulevard. For current titles, please contact the West LA Library at westla@lapl.org or call 310-575-8323. Yes. All right. Look under the pizza box. That's probably where it is. All right. You are listening to the Video Game Music Show here on KSPC at 88.7 FM. I tend to read the Spinningtron chat as I'm doing my my talking here. Sometimes that kind of throws me off. Anyways, we got about 20 minutes left of the show. Some programming notes. Next Sunday, this coming Sunday, will be a pre-recorded show. And that doesn't make anyone jelly. Okay, Vizo? So yeah, next week's show will be a pre-record. The following Sunday will be live. Back to usual. All right. Rinda says, I'd eat a box? Oh, boy. We'll keep that in the chat room. Anyways, let's get back to the music. Let's continue the music. Here is something from Far Cry 5. Here we go.
Won't be better black. We'll enter Eden's garden and never look back. Oh Lord, the great collapse won't be our end. When the world falls into the flames, we will rise again. We will rise again.
KSPC Claremont.
Alrighty then. Well, that's it for me. Another fun-filled edition of the Video Game Music Show has came and went. Thanks for all the calls and thanks for all the requests. I do appreciate it. Got a lot of them today. And especially that, I want to give a shout out to Jose for the Macross requests. I didn't find the arcade version, but I did find the PC Engine version. And I think they use that track for pretty much for a lot of their arcade games. So there you go. Anyways, if you want to email me, my email address is thevideogamemusicshow@gmail.com. You can look me up on Instagram. I am at DJ SysOp. You can look me up on Facebook. Just do a search for the Video Game Music Show. There's a link there to join the Video Game Music Show's Discord channel, and I hope you do. It's always good times. And let's see, there's links to all the socials that I've just mentioned. If you just go to kspc.org and click on the show name, the Video Game Music Show, you'll find the links to everything I just mentioned, including the Discord channel. And I know we have one of our listener group pizza parties coming up in 2 weeks. So it'd be pretty awesome if you can join that. And that's information's also in the Discord channel. And don't forget, this show will rebroadcast tomorrow mornings. That's Monday mornings from 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. If you're not up that early, you can listen to the show at any time. If you just go to kspc.org and go to the Spinitron Arc player, the show will be up for the next 2 weeks from the original broadcast date. And that goes for all the shows here on KSPC. And that's it. Once again, thanks for listening to the Video Game Music Show. Tune in every Sunday at 5 p.m. for the Video Game Music Show right here on KSPC. I'm DJ SysOp, signing off.
Till next time, everybody, do the Mario! Do the Mario! Swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario. Take one step, and then again. Let's do the Mario all together now. You got it! It's the Mario! Do the Mario, swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario, take one step, and then again. Let's do the Mario all together now. Come on now, just like that. Do the Mario, swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go.